Hello guys, another video today of me explaining what I know, how it can help you in going in depth on these topics. As always, as you could see, camera quality has changed, upgraded, because I finally figured out how to use my camera, and we'll get straight into it. So, today's video is going to be about how to make money. And not just make normal amounts of money. We're talking about making enormous amounts of money and how you could do it. How you can make a lot of money at a young age. Everything that's planted in you, the seeds that are planted in your mindset on how to grow, how to become, the person that you want to be financially, mentally, spiritually, etc. What I want to focus on today is one key thing that could help you become successful, that can help you get to the next level, that can help you make the money you want to make. And that key thing is persuasion. The act of persuasion, the art of persuasion. Now, before I get into explaining this in depth, I'm not a salesperson, that's not my main profession. A lot of people talk about persuasion in sales, but this is coming from a person who isn't specializing in sales, isn't professionalizing in that field. Although I'm good at sales, I'm giving you a different perspective. So, first of all, we need to understand what is persuasion. Persuasion is the act of transferring your ideology into someone else's brain, making them agree, and allowing them to have a good understanding of what your point is, why they should agree with you. And you can apply this rule universally to any product you're selling, physical product, any info product you're selling, any service you're providing. This works for any business model. It works for anything you're doing. If you're creating music, if you're working at a pizza shop, if you're selling coffee, if you're cleaning toilets, whatever you're doing, this works. This even works for getting a girlfriend. You guys have to realize something. The art of persuasion applies to everything. Now here's a simple example that I want to explain to you guys so that way you can understand how this works. What I want you guys to understand is that let's say that there is person A, a college student, and then person B, someone who has a brighter mind. They both walk into a grocery store looking to get some water, a bottled water specifically. Now, what I'm going to be getting into here is a description of a water bottle. What I want you guys to think about with the water bottle is the branding and also the brand name. These are two different things. The branding, as in what kind of water bottle is it? Is it made of plastic? Is it made of metal? Is it made of glass? What kind of shape is the water bottle? What colors are on the water bottle? How appealing is it to the eye? And then brand name, as far as we'll just say Fiji. What I want you guys to understand is that the average person, as in the college student that walks into the grocery store and looks at the waters, they're able to make a quick decision pretty much based off what everyone drinks. Not everyone drinks Fiji. It's probably some other brand like Kirkland, that Costco water, but just for the sake of the example, we'll say that everyone at college is drinking Fiji water. Most people simply follow the crowd and will just choose the Fiji water. Now, why is this important? Why does this matter? This is an example of an indirect persuasion. This is an indirect persuasion because the consumer was indirectly persuaded to choose that product based off other people's decisions or choices. And this is a chain effect that continues to happen once a brand is able to build basically a lot of recognition, a lot of trust with their customers. And at a certain point, once they grow to that scale, they're able to indirectly make sales. Pretty simple. Kind of similar to affiliates, or what's another way? Referrals, same thing, kind of. So you guys get the point with that. Now, for the more complex understanding, we're gonna now talk about the actual brand. The brand, the NuWater brand that's made out of glass, that's shaped like a prism, that looks insane, branding on point, stands out, everything looks good, up and coming. They stand out. They worked hard on their branding. They built or they formulated something that's basically completely different. Technically, they're pioneers in that industry. They're not just like everything else because they obviously stand out. What you guys need to understand about this is that this is a direct persuasion. They directly created the water bottle in a certain way, so that way it can directly cause the consumer to be interested in it. Your product will always either indirectly or directly affect a consumer. It has some effect. Maybe it has the effect that's not good at all. It has a bad effect. And you guys need to be able to figure out why my product has a bad effect, why my product is not good, why my service is not good, and then critique it from there. Other than that, you guys have the understanding of a direct persuasion and an indirect persuasion. How does this apply to business? How does this apply to making money? What you guys need to understand is the reason this applies so well with money, making money, building a business, getting to the next level, so on and so forth, is because this applies as you go through your path, as you go through your journey. This is another thing that I want to add, because this is also an important subset of persuasion, and it's called self-persuasion. Every entrepreneur, all these big people that you see, most of them, if they started from zero, if they had no guidance really, everything starts out with self-persuasion. We have 3 minutes left. Everything starts off with self-persuasion, because when you have nothing, you're looking at the Lambos, you're looking at the mansions, you're looking at that net worth number that you want to hit, you're looking at that amount of money that you want to make, you're looking at all these big goals, and the only technically way for you to actually start putting one foot forward in front of the other and getting close to those goals is through self-persuasion. No one's going to persuade you that you're going to be able to make it. No one's going to tell you that you're going to be able to make it except you. Every day you have to persuade yourself. Just like you're persuading the customer of why you're so valuable, of why your service is better than the competitor's service, why your product is better than the competitor's product, why they should choose your water bottle instead of the other water bottle. You have to have conviction, and you have to portray all these things while you're presenting your product, while you're persuading them. And you have to have a lot of education and knowledge about the certain product you're selling, the service you're providing, and everything you're doing. Without having self-persuasion, you'll never be able to persuade others to buy your product, service, etc., so on and so forth. Without conviction, I wouldn't be able to pick up the camera and record this and tell you guys all the information that I know if I didn't have conviction, if I didn't have self-persuasion in the beginning. If I didn't believe in what I was saying, I wouldn't be able to pick up the camera, click record, and just talk and talk and talk. I know what I'm saying, and that's why I'm confident in doing this, and that's why I'm able to persuade you guys that I know what I'm talking about, and you guys understand that on a real level, simply because of the way I talk, the way I say it, the way I'm able to say things, explain things, get the point across, proven results, so on and so forth. What I want you guys to take away from this video is that you need to start with self-persuasion. Once you master self-persuasion, then you get into direct and indirect persuasion, depending on the product that you're selling, depending on the service that you're providing, depending on the business that you're running. There's many factors that also come into play here. And I'll talk about those more in other videos, the next videos that I make. But you guys need to study and learn more about persuasion, the act of persuading. Make sure that you practice self-persuasion first, and then you could start building your confidence, conviction, so on and so forth, to be able to persuade others to buy your product, to buy your service, and make infinite amounts of money. I hope you guys got enough value from this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.